don't care where you came from, you ain't going home out anytime soon. Hotter than a bonfire, middle of July, looking like you wanna burn a hole in your boots. You say jump, get a trampoline, baby, I'm touch the sky. You say ball, I'll say how deep into your ocean eyes. What I gotta do to get up next to you? I'm gonna make it that move. Well, them hips swing and the body's so smooth. I wanna make it that move. Climb to the top of Kilimanjaro, blindfold backward, shoelace time, jump on the back of a pissed-off Bronco, ride through hell just to catch your ride. You say run, I'll let's ride up and go for 100 miles. Just don't leave your kiss so sweet, I don't wanna say goodbye. What I gotta do to get up next to you? I'm gonna make it that move. Well, them hips swing and the body's so smooth. I wanna make it that move. Yeah. What I gotta say, what I gotta do, what I gotta pray, Lord come through. It's all on me, I'm all on you, and all I gotta do is make that move. What I gotta do to get up next to you? I'm gonna make that move. Well, them hips swing, and the body's so smooth. I wanna make it that move, yeah. What I gotta do to get up next to you, girl? I'm gonna make that move. Well, them hips swing, and the body's so smooth. I wanna make that move. Yeah, I wanna make that move.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Monday, I was dragging like a rusty old wagon. Tires all flying, got it down back. This late night red eye, overtime habit. Tuesday, Wednesday, no better. Thursday, felt like forever. This struggle bus gotta lead to something. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a past blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. Put my lips on a long neck, drink a little of my paycheck. Jackpot jukebox when I hear that throwback. George Jones takes me way back like a Kodak. And I'm smiling cause you're right on time. And finally, hello Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a past blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. The work we kiss you. The weekend really gets me in the mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you.
Her name is Shayna G. That is our Friday anthem song. It is called Hello Friday. We're glad it's here. Getting you ready for the weekend on the Tim Kelly Show. And before that, Trey Calloway, my good friend from Nashville, Tennessee, debuting a brand new single tonight called Make That Move. Thanks for making that move over to the Tim Kelly Show on this New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music for the next 3 hours tonight, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews in the mix tonight as well. In the bottom half of hour number 1, Trace Nixon is going to join me on the program. In the bottom half of hour number 2, 11-year-old young Madeline Treasure will be my special guest on the program. You're going to get to hear the stories behind their songs, and of course, lots of great country music on the radio, and we debut a lot of singles on New Music Friday. That's a good release day for a lot of artists, and so we've got a couple of more of those to do tonight as well. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the stations that replay this program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, DownTheRoadRadio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, HotandFunkyRadio.com, KWRadio.com, Boone Country in Canada, TexasBrewRadio.com back down in Texas, NBRNOnline.com out of Nashville, Tennessee, and you can stream the Tim Kelly Show on CountryMusicNewsInternational.com, a great magazine that writes great articles on independent artists and also streams this show. You can also stream on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, wherever you stream music. Just Google search The Tim Kelly Show, and you too will be listening to what I call New Country's Best. John Boltman is up next with a brand new song called In a Small Town. Hey, that's just like Branson. 10,000 population in the live show capital of the world, and John Boltman on the radio right now on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I grew up on red dirt roads, old pickup trucks they'd run forever. It's the only kind of life I know, where high school sweethearts stay together. Yeah, I learned to shoot my grandpa's gun, stay out late nights having fun, running around where I come from. If you're from a little dot on a big old map, be thankful that you got to grow up like that. In a small town. In a small town. You can leave the front door open all night long, sit on the front porch and strum a country song. Fish all night, then go to church. Come Monday morning, back to work. We work hard where I come from. If you're from a little dot on a big old map, be thankful that you got to grow up like that. In a small town. In a small town. If you're like a blight in a small town. Yeah, in a small town.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Welcome to the country where the law ain't got no key. The kind of place where secrets hide and Red River runs deep. Ain't no mercy for the wicked. Ain't no time to plead. Cross the line and you'll pay the fine. What you sow, you reap. I'll take you to the backwoods. I'll make you dig the hole. I'll teach you all about respect for the good Lord takes your soul. I'll take you to the backwoods. I'll make you say a prayer before you meet your maker. Conductor on the on black train. Moonlight cuts through the tall pine trees. Pot rolls heavy where the river water sings. An old owl cries in the midnight air. The train moans low like a ghost out there. I'll take you to the backwoods. I'll make you dig the hole. I'll teach you all about respect for the good Lord takes your soul. I'll take you to the backwoods. I'll make you say a prayer before you meet your maker. Conductor on the long black train. Before you meet your maker. Conductor on the long black train.
That is brand new music from my good friend Kay Harper. Kay Harper Music is where you can find her on social media. That is called Backwoods. A lot of deer hunters going to be spending time this weekend in the backwoods. It is going to be chilly this weekend in Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world, into the 20s, and the teens are going to be the wind chill. You can check out that full weekly weather forecast on my website right there on the homepage. That's one of the first things you'll see at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Go out there and get you a big son of a buck. There you go. I Drink the Whiskey. Brand new music from my good friend Tommy Lee Moffett. Live right now on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Friday.
Think you found that someone that snuck into your heart. You get them old love feelings of till death do us part.
Then one night when you come home and you walk through your front door, she looks at you, says she's leaving, and she don't love you anymore.
through. Erase my friends try to help, saying I'll be fine. May I drank the whiskey, I even tried the wine. Sitting here at the end of this bar, Jack Daniels in my hand, staring at that fool in the mirror as I try to understand. Trying to figure out where I went wrong. Is there something I didn't see? I've heard them say that love is blind, didn't think it would be me. I drank the whiskey to help me through, to erase my memories of you. My friends try to help, saying I'll be fine. Me, I drank the whiskey, I even tried the wine. Yeah, me, I drank the whiskey, I even tried the wine.
This is Beverly Brown Sims, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
I'm in my crazy, feeling kind of reckless. Lately, the thought of changing it is never once crossed my mind. And if you ask me why, it's probably 'cause of my cowgirl impulses. Scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's a southern way. Cowgirl impulses, cowgirl impulses. I'm in my crazy when I'm at the bar. You can probably bet on the fact that I'm buying rounds. I got the house all on me. You can't blame it on my cowgirl impulses. Scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's a southern way. Cowgirl
Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews tonight. The next three songs, you get to hear the stories behind them with Trace Nixon. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Tim, how's it going, buddy?
Going good. I've been looking forward to this interview, and thanks for doing the program tonight. I appreciate the time.
Oh, man, I've been looking forward to this as well, and I really appreciate you having me on. Looking forward to talking about some country music.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And boy, talking about country music already, you make it, my friend. I've played you for a while on the show.
So yeah, they met. There's an old honky tonk scene here in Virginia. So I grew up in some honky tonks, and I used to hide behind the drum kit and ask the drummer about all the sticks and stuff he was using during the show. So I'm sure I was real annoying, but it was a good first-hand experience for sure.
Man, I love a good drum beat in the world of country music, and I also love the piano. And one of your influences is the great Ronnie Milsap, and how he plays the piano blind, and other artists did it too. Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, all of them. They say it's just muscle memory. You don't even know what your hands are doing after a while, but that is some good stuff in the world of country music, isn't it?
I'll tell you, I don't think it gets much better than Ronnie Milsap.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. I think sort of vocally, he stood alone. But yeah, like you said, just his talent, his style, his just everything about him, man. And I had the honor and pleasure of seeing him in Vegas a handful of years ago, and it was at the Golden Nugget, so it was real intimate. And I tell you, man, he didn't miss a note. He didn't miss a word. And like you said, his playing was still spot on, and it was just the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. But yeah, he's up there for me for sure.
That is awesome. You got other great influences like the great Alan Jackson, who just performed his last live show due to his health issues. He can't perform live anymore, but we're gonna miss that. But the great George Strait with 60 #1 hits, and then the great Keith Whitley, who we unfortunately lost way back in 1989.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, that's just, I owe it to my dad for those. He was the pure country one growing up, and, he definitely gave me some great influences. And as I've gotten older, I've kind of, leaned into a little bit more of the Keith Whitley, the artist kind of thing, somebody who's up there playing guitar and also singing, writing songs. But yeah, man, I love some Alan Jackson and some George Strait. I just don't think that, he's the king. It's hard to not have him at the top,
Now, this shows you how country music resonates and leaves a legacy for these artists, and you're going to be doing that too. You're just getting started, but Keith Whitley passed away in 1989. You come along in 1995 to the world. I mean, that's the year you were born, and we're talking about that right now in something that resonates with you. And isn't that amazing?
It really is, and I think it just shows not only how awesome country music is, but just music in general. But I think obviously Keith, I didn't really know his full story, until I got a little older, and I think that's when I really connected a little bit more with him. And as I was trying to find my own tone and own sound, I kind of really leaned into that kind of side of the '90s, you could say. And but yeah, I mean, he just as far as just being raw, just talent, just up there on stage singing, Whitley is. He's hard to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to meet his own son, Jesse Keith Whitley. He lost his dad when he was 2 years old, so he really didn't even till a lot of years later know the legacy that his dad had left in the world of country music. And I got to host a thing over in St. Louis a few years ago called Freedom Jam USA, and Jesse Keith was the headliner for that. So we got to hang out and take pictures and get to meet him, and he puts on a great show too. But yeah, so he even later on in life just started to appreciate his dad's legacy. And these kids, the young kids that of these folks that are lost, they work hard to keep their dad and mom's legacies alive, don't they?
Well, that's important, man. Because you never want those songs or that voice to get lost, no matter what. So I mean, and there's a lot of like I just said, George Strait he's always going to be up near the top for me. But there's a lot of folks just because of we never know. But I mean, Keith Whitley very well could have been in that king status, if he hadn't passed away so early. And,
absolutely.
And that just shows the impact he had. And we kind of talked about the bluegrass thing before we went on air with Rhonda Vincent, but that's where Keith Whitley came from. Whitley and Skaggs and all those guys. They came over from that bluegrass side, Vince Gill, you know, and I think it was just so much talent when they came into country music, and it kind of just took it by storm. But yeah, it just shows that was a big part for me growing up, because my parents were local legends. I grew up in a small town, and my mom did some pretty big things in bluegrass. She won Female Vocalist of the Year in 2006 at the Spigma Awards, and she did some pretty big things from a small town. So I had some big shoes to fill, and early on I definitely leaned more into playing guitar. Just because I didn't like the pressure of having to sing up there with them when I was a kid, So, but eventually, I got to college, and by then I was picking pretty good and writing my songs, and I started singing out more in college, and that's kind of when I think I found some of my own sound, and after that, man, they actually kind of really helped me out. We started a little family band like when I got back home after school, and I started singing. That was kind of my first real live show experience, singing out in front of the crowd and dealing with all the hassle and all the unknowns of performing live, and I think that really kind of helped me, settle in my own tone, start finding my own sound, and 6-7 years later, actually a little bit more than that now, I'm losing track of time, but I think I'm finally feeling pretty good about where I'm at, and hopefully some folks are liking it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and I have this in common, a love for sports. You love both football and baseball, and you were recruited and got scholarships, and you went to college and played baseball mainly, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And that's also, a big part of not really jumping to the front of the stage when I was little. I did have sports as a big, focus of mine, and so that kept me pretty busy, most of the days. But yeah, I was lucky enough and went and played baseball for a couple of years and had a great time. And it's definitely something that I'll always be thankful for, because it taught me a lot, as far as mindset and just how to push through some things, and how to get back up when you get kicked down, because that happens pretty often in both sports and in music. So I'm definitely thankful for the years of that.
I watch sports because it's just crazy. You never know in some games what's going to happen. We just had Game 3 not too long ago. If you probably watched it, against the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Went to 18 innings. That's 2 baseball games, and then a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 18th inning to win it. Isn't that crazy?
Man, I tell you, I was hanging on just about every pitch of that game. And I like I said, I love seeing the elite players play at elite levels. It's just, I love seeing that. And you got Shohei Ohtani, who obviously is just the best player to ever play right now. And then it was awesome to see Freddie Freeman, hit that walk-off. And, back-to-back years, he's hit a walk-off in a series game. So it was just a really cool game, man.
I think they said it went 6 hours and 47 minutes or something crazy like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And had it gone into the 19th inning, and the bottom of the 19th would have been the longest game ever in World Series history. So it was really, really close.
I tell you, it was a record-breaking game all over. It was just like every stat was like this, the most pitches or the most, runs or whatever. Like it was funny. So yeah, no, that was fun to watch for sure.
Now, do you have any brothers and sisters? And if so, were any of them musically inclined, or maybe did they play sports too, or what?
So I have an older brother. He's actually, I'm really proud of him. He dove into learning how to play guitar about 2 or 3 years ago, and I tell you, how much he's progressed has been really, really cool to see. And him and I can just sit on the phone and talk guitar for hours now, and that's really fun. My sister Tia, she unfortunately she passed away a few months ago. And so my family and I, we've been kind of going through that, but she was a huge supporter of all my music stuff, and I definitely would not be here right now if she hadn't have pushed me to get my songs out and whatnot. But she actually had a great voice. She didn't ever really pursue music, but she loved 90s country. She loved singing it, and she was a big reason that I pursued music for sure.
Wow. Well, our condolences to you guys, and what a great story. And that's the influence that 90s country had even on me. That's what converted me to country radio, because I started out DJing 80s music, but I was living in southeast Oklahoma, where Blake Shelton's from, in Ada, at the time that I got into country radio, and I was like, that's what everybody's listening to down here. I'm doing that. So
yes, sir, absolutely.
Here we are.
That early Blake Shelton, man, Austin and all that, those are some great songs.
That did it.
Yes,
speaking of playing guitar now, did you take lessons? Were you self-taught? Because I know you play a lot while you were in college playing baseball, and music was kind of an escape for you from everything else going on in the world too, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, I've always had some kind of instrument in my hands. I think the earliest song I learned to play was actually Jessica, and it was on the mandolin. Because that was probably the only thing I was, I was able to hold at that time. I was probably like, 4 or 5 or something like that. But my mom's guitar player actually taught me that. But I kind of just picked up things as I was, like, in my early childhood. And then when I got in middle school, I did take some lessons. And I give a big shout out to Mr. Terry from White Hawk out in Goochland. He was my first kind of real guitar teacher. And funny enough, I actually was into a little bit of a classic rock guitar playing phase at that time. So we were actually learning some AC/DC licks and some, Kansas licks and all that kind of stuff. So it actually got me, learning how to move up and down the guitar neck. And that translated well when I started, playing a lot of lead, country guitar and whatnot. So I did take a few years of lessons, and from then it was just kind of just repetition, every night kind of thing. But
yep. Well, it is awesome. You do quite well at it. And in 2023, you formed your own band. They're called the Gone Country Band. You probably know this, or maybe not. I don't know. But, Tim McGraw wears a special hat, and it's kind of a leather-looking hat. And his hats are from Gone Country Hats.
Oh, okay. I have heard of the hat company just through, searching Gone Country or, just like during the time we were kind of getting the band together, and I did see that, so that was pretty cool. And obviously, it was derived from the Alan Jackson hit, Gone Country.
Gone Country.
Yes, sir. That was written by Mr. Bob McDill. He was one of my favorite all-time writers, and so that's kind of where it came from. So we're heavily Alan inspired, heavily George Strait inspired, and luckily though, some of the crowds have been kind enough to let me throw some of my new songs in there, so we are throwing some originals in there now, and it's been a fun time, man. It's been a really big step for me as far as learning how to really sing on stage, play some bigger crowds, and it's been a big learning curve for me.
A lot of these influences that we're mentioning in the program right now are probably ones you play in your shows and do those covers, but isn't it neat in a show when people do know your original music and you're looking out into the crowd to see how that's going to resonate, especially in these smaller venues, when you tell these stories before you play an original song and they resonate to it, a sad story, they may tear up to it. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Absolutely, man. That's been something that I never really thought I was ever going to experience. And even when we started this band and we started playing in some pretty good crowds, I still never even imagined that in just a year or two I'd play some originals and folks will be singing along with it. And now that we're playing a few and we're getting some requests for some originals at shows, it's a really special feeling, man. And it's something that I'm very thankful for, because I never thought that would really happen.
The stories that you all tell as artists and make it radio friendly and wrap it up in such a short amount of time. I'm looking at 3 minutes and 50 seconds for this first song we're going to play tonight is an amazing process to me.
It's just something that I never, and I had asked this to, I think it was maybe Alex the other day, just kind of like how his process goes. And, and he kind of had the same answer, was just, he didn't really know. He's just always heard these kind of songs and heard the structure of these kind of songs. And that's kind of just what naturally fell out when he started writing, way back when. And it was kind of the same way for me. And I think just having such a strong background and, just such deep roots in this kind of country that, when I started writing, back when I was an early teen, I kind of just had those kind of song structures in mind, and so I owe it all to the artists that came before me for sure, and I'm just happy that I'm able to put a few together that the radio's like to listen to a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about Alex Miller. He was a former contestant on American Idol. I've had him on the show a couple of times. And by the way, you work with my good friend Martha Moore, who set up this interview with so much more media. I want to give her a big shout out, by the way. But what it is you were your God's gift to your mom and dad. You were a gift because they had you, and now you've got a God-given talent that you're showcasing and giving it back to the rest of the world, whether you realize that or not. You're doing His will by doing this thing that you're doing in music.
Well, that really means a lot, man. I really appreciate you saying that, because sometimes it feels like spinning some wheels, and just you're grinding a little bit and you're wondering if it's moving forward, but yeah, you just gotta kind of keep the faith and just always fall back to you love playing this kind of music, and no matter what happens, you're always gonna be playing this kind of music. So that's kind of what I've been riding on. But that really means a lot. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. I've been doing this for a while now. I told you how long, almost 14 years of this program, and you stay in it long enough, but everybody seems to know everybody. In the independent community, they're willing to help you out, like Martha's helping you get out there. I'm going to help you get on 13 radio stations around the country and around the world. And you told me before we got going on the live interview tonight that you're amazed by how many people are listening to your music overseas already, and that is cool.
It really is, man. That's something that I just, I never thought about. My mom always said that she had some good, streams or fans over in like, Australia and whatnot, and it never really, sank in for me, I guess. But yeah, it's true, man. I was looking at some numbers, I think last week, and the couple like top 3 or 4 were like Dublin, like in Ireland, and then Norway, Australia, Sweden. So it's like I just never imagined that. Folks from different parts of the world like some, traditional country as well. But I'm really happy about it. I'd love to get over there and play sometime.
Exactly. And I'm glad you mentioned that word traditional. I love to give kudos to the young folks like you, male and female, who are keeping traditional country music alive. We love that sound on the radio to this day, don't we?
Oh man, to me, it's not going to get any better than that. That's just what I grew up on, and obviously you got Merle Haggard, who's a little bit more in that classic sound, but he inspired all my favorite traditional artists. And so the fact that I'm hopefully I'm just trying to be a good representation of the sound and trying to keep that alive. That's a big part of it for me.
Yep. And you mentioned before we got on the air, I believe you recorded Dark Horse Studios, so we want to give them a big shout out. But that is also a process, and going in with the mindset in that studio of wanting to make that traditional country sound. You mentioned you like to hang around the drummer a little bit, but boy, you got to have, like Alabama said, you got to have a fiddle in the band and some steel guitar and all of that to get that traditional country sound, huh?
Oh, you do, man. There's no doubt. And I got to give big props to Mr. Will Gawley. He was the producer on the record, and we worked really close. And we had a lot of talks beforehand about, kind of what I was hearing in my head, and a lot of influences. And they killed it, man. They brought in all the players for me, and we had Miss Deanie Richardson on fiddle, and she's killing it out there with Sister Sadie right now. And Danny Flowers was also Sister Sadie. She's sang a lot of backup, and we had Billy Thomas on vocals, who he's a long time drummer with Vince Gill and the Time Jumpers, and
wow.
So it's just the talent level that they brought to the studio was very intimidating for me, because it was the first time I'd ever been to a legit studio. The first single I released back in 2024. I recorded in a home studio, and it was great. It turned out awesome. But I recorded vocals basically in like a closet. And then I get to Dark Horse, and it's like, man, I've never even seen anything like this. And then they bring all these world-class players in who played on all my heroes records, and it was like, good Lord, man, I'm just trying to make it seem like I can play guitar. I'm so nervous, So, but it was a dream come true, and I'm really happy with how things turned out.
Well, the folks are going to love how they turn out on this radio program too. Let's talk about the first song, the first one that I ever heard from you. And I get a lot of interesting titles, and I never know sometimes what they're about until I ask the artist. So this one is called Secondhand Hold on Me. Tell us about this one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So this was the lead single off the EP, and this is a cool one, man. This was written back in January. So I think this was one of the later songs I had written on the EP, and ideas come to you in all different kinds of ways, and this one hit me from a Facebook video that I saw around New Year's, and it was from the Forrest Gump movie scene when he was with Lieutenant Dan in New York in New Year's Eve, and he pushed the lady off of him because she smelled like cigarettes, and he didn't like that. And the way my mind works, I tend to think about things a little backwards or a little sarcastic sometimes, and I was just thinking how funny it would be if Forrest Gump, of all people, he was really into that kind of girl. And so that's kind of where the song started. It's kind of talking about, you see this girl that she's trouble. She's sitting there smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey, and she's not really what you normally go for, but for some reason you can't help but be drawn to her a little bit. And because of that, she must have some kind of secondhand.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's kind of where it came from, and it was a real fun to write, man. And actually, I got to give props to my fiance Ashley. She jumped in and actually helped me finish the song. So she's on the writing credits with me, and she was the lead actress in the music video that we shot down at the Station Inn in Nashville as well. So that's out there, and it's doing really well on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, she's in the video with me. So it's a real special one, man. And it's always fun to play out live.
What an awesome story. I love it. Secondhand Hold on Me. We're going to play that from Trace Nixon, and then we're going to come back and talk about two more of his songs on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best on this New Music Friday.
I saw her through a cloud of smoke in a corner booth, sitting all alone. When I noticed she was smiling at me, I've always had a certain type, the kind of girl that my mama would like. But she was like nothing I'd ever seen. I've never liked the smell of cigarette smoke. Oh, but when she pulled me close, it's like I was addicted, I couldn't resist it. You never felt anything like this. Through smoke and swinging doors, jonesing for one more. Well, I was hooked from our first kiss. And I don't know when it hit me, but man, I just couldn't believe the way she had a secondhand hold on me. She told me she was passing through down to Venice Beach, or was it Malibu? She'd be in town for a couple of days. I'm smoking Marlboro Reds while she's living rent-free in my head. Heart broke, I didn't beg her to stay. But when the smoke cleared, she was gone. Oh, she quit me cold turkey. Guess my heart held on. Like I was addicted, I couldn't resist it. You never felt anything like this. Through smoke and swinging doors, jonesing for one more. Well, I was hooked from our first kiss. And I can tell what you're thinking. I know it's hard to believe the way she had a secondhand hold on me. Smoke cleared, she was gone. Oh, she quit me cold turkey, but my heart held on. Like I was addicted, I couldn't resist it. You never felt anything like this. Through smoke and swinging doors, jonesing for one more. Well, I was hooked from our first kiss. And I don't know when it hit me, but man, I just couldn't believe. Oh, they say, boy, it'll kill you. Guess I've been too blind to see. She's had a secondhand hold on me. Oh, a secondhand hold on me.
His name is Trace Nixon. That is called Secondhand Hold on Me. You just heard the great story behind that, based on a movie that Forrest Gump was. Forrest Gump. How about that? So that's good stuff. And I never know what I'm going to hear when I ask those questions. And I've done hundreds of these interviews, and I'm sure you've done a lot of radio interviews too. And they're always fun. But getting to hear the stories behind these songs, there's nothing like it. And
it is cool, man. And it's just another. I know it's a kind of a hot topic on, whether it's songs too deep or too sad or what it is. But I think just having a good story, having something that somebody can close their eyes to and kind of follow along, building images in their mind. I think that's a pretty powerful song, no matter if it's serious or if it's more on the fun side or silly side. Like just having something that somebody can make a movie in their mind to. It's that's pretty powerful.
Absolutely. So let me ask you that, as a young man, when did you start writing songs? And and I know there's a process there too, and you get better and better as time goes on. But when did that bug start kind of hitting you?
Well, I think. I mean, to be honest, like my early teens, I really started getting into the why of songs, and even as a kid, I'd ask my parents, question after question about songs when they came on the radio, and about kind of what this meant, or what this meant, or the story, or who wrote this, and I started kind of putting together, okay, well, Paul Overstreet wrote this, and this. He kind of has this sound. Bob McDill wrote this, and this. He has this sound. Dean Dillon, same thing. Like so, even as a young kid, I started kind of really getting my songwriters in order, and really kind of finding which ones I connected the best with, and so I think it's probably about 13 or 14 I really started trying my hand at writing some songs and just trying to probably get some feelings out, because I've never been the best talker or communicator, so just having an outlet to get my feelings out probably helped. But I'd say when I was probably about 15, 16, I started writing some songs that I could actually put some depth into and maybe get some reaction out of.
I love it. You're a pretty good talker on these interviews. You're doing quite well. You're awesome, man.
Well, I appreciate that. It's definitely been a learning curve. I've had to listen to a lot of feedback and critique from Martha, so I'm trying to apply all that. I know she knows what she's doing, so I'm just trying to follow along and make her happy.
Yep. And isn't that neat when you've got somebody else in your corner like that is willing to help you? And it's kind of like I interview a lot of artists that have been on The Voice, especially when Blake was doing it on his team for 23 seasons, and now Reba's taken over the country ones, and they Snoop Dogg and some of them, they still get some country ones as well. But it's like having a coach in your corner, isn't it, when you have somebody like that?
It really is. And I mean, Martha, she's got more skin in the game than most folks you talk to, and she's definitely been around. She's worked with a handful of my songwriting heroes like Hank Cochran and and artists like that. So I mean, she's been with the best, and she knows what that looks like. So who am I to ever go against anything she says?
Right.
So I just try to say yes, ma'am, and just get better when she tells me to.
So just in a real short version, tell us this: what's your songwriting style? Are you kind of maybe lyric based because of the stories that they tell, or do you like a good hook in a song because you hang around the drummer and stuff like that, and you got to hear that, or is it maybe a combination for you?
I'd say definitely a combination. Obviously, what was so great about that classic traditional country were the hook lines. They just had hook lines that could knock you on the ground, and so I think that's super important. But also the melody, and I think Dean Dillon, he kind of said, when he heard James Taylor, come out and start singing songs, he was like, man, that kind of melody with the country, storytelling is kind of like it's revolutionary, and that's kind of what he tried doing and did obviously very well. And but I think Merle Haggard also kind of had a hand in that. The melodies that he could come up with, it was just beautiful, and he could put just some of the best lyrics you ever heard on top of it. And so I think that's really what I've always tried to do, at least. And I think for the most part, my melodies have been pretty strong, and if there's anything I'm trying to get better at, it's just getting a little more depth of my songwriting, and I think it just comes with living life and going through things. And
right.
I listen to some of the songs I wrote early on. It's like, they're good songs to listen to, but there's maybe not much meat on the bones there. It's just kind of a good listening song, and that's just because I hadn't really gone through much in life, so I think as you mature and as you take your bumps and whatnot, you put them onto a song, and hopefully it adds to it a little bit.
And it's funny, we go back to what we talked about a little bit earlier with the Alan Jackson song, just 2 words, it's Gone Country, and he did so well on it, you're like, I want to name a band that. So,
Oh, man,
isn't that crazy about a 2-word song title?
It really is, man, and it just shows, and I think just the one thing I've always been really attracted to is just the timeless songs, and the songs that, applied so well in the 80s that also applied to a T today,
Yep.
And it's like that's the kind of songs that I want to try to write, and you don't always hit that mark, but I mean, you listen to a Merle Haggard record, and it's like all those songs, even what he's talking about, almost it could apply in today's world, and that's just like it's just masterful, to be honest, because I mean, you're writing songs that are just going to live around forever, and that's a pretty cool thing.
Well, let's talk about another one of your songs that's pretty cool. It's called Hand Me Down Name. We had Secondhand, now we got Hand Me Down. What's this one about?
That's it, man. So this is actually the title track of the EP, and this is I guess probably the most personal song to me, and it kind of highlights my relationship with my grandpa, and he's one of the most influential figures in my life, and I grew up idolizing them, and just always appreciated all my time with them, and but he had his flaws just like all of us, and he was in the Vietnam War, and obviously came back, and just had issues just like a lot of them, and obviously had to work through all that. But I tell you, when I was born, he did what he could to turn all those around and be a great example for me.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask of somebody. So no matter what he did, outside of our relationship, he was always there for me. And that's kind of what the song talks about is, he's not perfect, but I wouldn't be the man I am today without him. And I'm just happy that he raised my dad, who is the best man I know. So
wow.
It's kind of that story, but yeah, it's pretty personal, and a good little look into my upbringing with him.
And I talk about this all the time. For a younger person like yourself, there's nothing better than having that family support, because this isn't an easy thing in what you're trying to embark on in a full-time music career, and you got to have that family support behind you to be able to pull it off, don't you?
Oh, I mean, without a doubt, man. It's one of those things that's like you said, you spin some wheels, and you maybe get a little bit forward, and then you get 2 steps back, and then you're feeling a little knocked down, and then you get you talk to your family, you talk to your support group, and they kind of get you feeling back to where you need to be, and yep. It's just kind of like a vicious circle almost. But yeah, man, it's just I couldn't, and maybe why he was in the state he was in, and it seemed to be in pretty regularly, and I guess it wasn't too long. Love Lost Has Been popped out, and this was a real fun, man. This was a really fun one to record, and we're starting to play it out live a little bit more now, and I'll tell you, it's a crowd pleaser. Definitely gets them into it.
That is awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, you've pleased everybody in my crowd tonight. Thanks for doing this program. It's been a pleasure having you on, Trace.
Oh, Tim, I can't thank you enough, buddy. I really appreciate it, and I really hope I can get out there and we can grab some dinner one time.
You got it. Trace Nixon is who we've got tonight. Tell us where folks can find you on social media so they can check out more of your great music and keep up with what you got going on and where you're going to be in a live show.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I'm on all the big streamers, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all those at just Trace Nixon. You can find me on Instagram at Trace Nixon _music, and Facebook at Trace Nixon Official. I got a site up there, TraceNixonOfficial.com, and trying to keep everything pretty updated. But yeah, please follow along and interact. Send me some comments and messages, and I love meeting new folks, and especially anybody who loves some country music. So that's kind of what I'm about. Well,
it has been a pleasure having you on tonight. If you want to come back and talk about some new music anytime, hit me up and we'll circle back around and do this again. I've had a blast.
We will definitely do that, my man. I appreciate it.
You got it. We're going to play Hand Me Down Name and then Love Lost Has Been coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
name, my first and middle too, and I'll try to explain the God's honest truth. I know he struggles with demons from his past, and I've often wondered if he ever really came back. He met my grandma right out of the war, and he thought he had found something worth fighting for, and I know he did try to be all he could be, but that part of him was left overseas. But there's no doubt he helped make me the man I came to be, and I know he always tried doing right by me. But I'm just thankful that his oldest son learned from his mistakes, because now I know it's not in vain to have his hand-me-down name. Don't get me wrong now, I love him all despite blurring that line between what's wrong and what is right. In all of my years, his emotion I haven't seen, but I know he wears his regret on his sleeve. But there's no doubt he helped make me the man I came to be, and I know he always tried doing right by me. But I'm just thankful that his oldest son learned from his mistakes, because now I know it's not in vain to have his hand-me-down name. I'm just thankful that my father showed me a different way, because now I'm proud to say I have his hand-me-down name.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I was in the bottle one late Friday night. It'd been 3 days since I'd seen daylight. An old man walked up to me at the bar. He said, "Young man, don't you take it too far." I shrugged him off as I poured another round. He said, "That's a quick way to put yourself in the ground." Said, "You're looking at a man who knows pain, and from your eyes I know you feel the same. And I can't say what you're going through, son, but if I were you, I'd turn around and run. I know you think that whiskey's your friend, but it'll turn on you faster than the wind." I said, "Old man, I know that it's wrong. I don't intend on being just until her memory fades. And everywhere I look, I don't see her face. He said, I've heard that one before. Every night before I order one more. That's the sound of a heartbroken fool. You'll fall victim to that 100 proof. And you'll fit right into the scene of the love lost has-beens just like me. The man had to say, and I looked around through the smoke-filled haze, and that's when I saw the lifeless eyes of the men that the whiskey had drained dry. It was in that moment of time that the old man's words ran through my mind. That's the sound of a heartbroken fool. You'll fall victim to that 100 proof. Then you'll fit right into the scene of the love lost has-beens just like me. He said, listen close, boy, I won't tell you no lie. Love lost has been my whole damn life. Oh, that's right.
His name is Trace Nixon. Trace Nixon Music, established in 1995. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's the year he was born. Talented young gentleman, and thank you for being on the program tonight, Trace. I sure do appreciate it. And let's give a big shout out to Martha Moore, So Much More Media, for hooking me up with Trace Nixon tonight on the radio. Go give him a like and a follow. Tell him you heard that interview right now tonight on the Tim Kelly Show. If you're just now getting tuned in to hour number 2 and you missed the interview, that interview is going to end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives after this program is over tonight at 10 p.m. Central Time. It will appear shortly after that on my website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. That tab is at the top of the homepage. Go check out Trace Nixon Music all over social media. He is fantastic. A better man than me is going to kick off hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. Donnie Cook on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Is he tall, dark, and handsome? Is he rich as a king? Is he ready to buy you that big diamond ring? Darling, tell me the truth before you turn and leave. Is he a better man than me? Does he know how to listen? Is he quiet and shy? Is he stronger than steel? Is he man enough to cry? Darling, look in my eyes. Tell me what you see? Is he a better man than me? Can he dry your tears whenever you cry? Will he always be there when you lay down at night? If he can love you like that and still set you free, then he's a better man than me. Can he be understanding? Is he good with his hand? Does he want only you? Is he a God-fearing man? Darling, look in my eyes. Tell me what you see. Is he a better man than me? Can he dry your tears whenever you cry? Will he always be there when you lay down at night? If he can love you like that and still set you free, then he's a better man than me. If he can love you like that, oh, and still set you free, and he's a better man than me. He's a better man than me. He's a better man than me.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Turn down the lights in this room. Baby, come and kiss me. We got nothing to lose. Reckless desire builds up the fire, hard and strong. We're all alone. Turn off your phone. Leave your loving on.
The touch of your hand on my skin burns like an ember from deep within. I've got the urge to quench my thirst and my soul. The troubles you hold, just let them fall, but leave your loving on. I think it's time your heart and mine tear down these walls we hide behind. Baby, let's go back when you
Surrender to these tender moments that we share.
Listen to my song, ain't nothing wrong when you leave your loving on. Right where we belong, ambition's gone.
Nothing but loving on.
His name is Caleb Moses. Her name is Taryn Keeley. They make up a great country music duo called Roses and Weeds. Roses and Weeds is where you can find them all over social media, and they are fantastic. Now, the female artist in there, Taryn Keeley, is having a birthday today. We want to wish her a very happy birthday, and a lot of radio stations, including yours truly, on this radio program got together, and I made her a little video and wished her a happy birthday. And if you want to check that out, a pretty good compilation of radio stations on their Instagram. They made a great reel of it. And Taryn Keeley and Caleb Moses, Roses and Weeds is where you can find them all over social media, and particularly on Instagram to check out that reel. And again, Taryn, a very happy birthday. I hope you got lots of cake, lots of presents, and I hope you have a great one today. And good song right there. Great song called Leave Your Lovin' On, Roses and Weeds. This next artist is making a brand new single debut tonight. His name is Brian Moon, and the song is called Should I Be Doing This? Well, if we're talking about country music, you absolutely should be doing it, Brian. Brian Moon on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Should I be doing this? Should I steal a kiss? Deep down I know it's wrong. Should I go back home? I'll wear her wedding band. Don't think she'd understand. It is what it is. Should I be doing this? You had your chance long ago. You went your way, I went mine. But now you're back, hanging around. And up till now, I was doing fine. Should I be doing this? Should I steal a kiss? Deep down I know it's wrong. Should I go back home? I'll wear her wedding band. Don't think she'd understand. It is what it is. Should I be doing this? Took some time to let you go. Too many nights I walked the floor. If I give in, she'll walk out. Maybe I should think on this some more. Should I be doing this? Should I steal a kiss? Deep down I know it's wrong. Should I go back home? I'll wear her wedding band. Don't think she'd understand. It is what it is. Should I be doing this? Yeah, it is what it is. Should I be doing this?
are listening to The Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri on KICR Indie Country Radio.
All of my life I've run from you. Every step I took, I thought I knew. Chasing dreams that led me far away. But your love was there, it never strayed. What if all along it was me and you? What if you're the one I was meant to run into? Every road I've taken, every path I choose was leading me right back to you. I tried to fight the way I feel inside, hiding from a love I couldn't find. But every time I thought I'd found my way, your heart was the home I ran from every day. What if all along it was me and you? What if you're the one I was meant to run into? Every road I've taken, every path I choose was leading me right back to you. Maybe love's been chasing me all this time, and I was too afraid to see the signs. But now I know my heart has found the truth. It always led me back to you. What if all along it was me and you? What if you're the one I was meant to run into? Every road I've taken, every path I choose was leading me right back to you. What if all along it was me and you? What if you're the one I was meant to run into? Every road I've taken, every path I choose was leading me right back to you. Was leading me right back to you. Was leading me right back to you.
She is making her radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday. Her name is Kelly Miller. That is called Leading Me Back to You. She is from Harrison, Arkansas, just about 30 miles south of Branson, and she is fantastic. I love that song. Thank you, Kelly, for sending that over to us, and we got it on the air for you tonight on New Music Friday, and hopefully one of these days we'll meet. We'll get together and have a meal and get to hang out and take some pictures in the live show capital of the world. Absolutely would love that, and keep making that great country music, my friend. Kelly Miller, right there on KICR Indie Country Radio. This next gentleman originally from Arkansas, and we're going to be doing another great radio interview. If you want to check out my full upcoming schedule of live interviews that are going to be on the program, that bottom schedule rather is at the bottom of the homepage at my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. His name is CJ Roberts. He's got a brand new song out here called The One on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Walking down memory lane, I stumbled across your name. It's been so many years, I don't remember who's to blame. Wasn't really walking much to anywhere, till visions of you started dancing through my head. You were the one, darling, there ain't no doubt. I know that now. I remember the way the sunlight kissed your hair, the smell of sweet magnolia filled up the summer air. I held you tight and I whispered your name. When I looked into your emerald eyes, I swear I saw that flame. You were the one, darling, there ain't no doubt. I know that now. I can't live anything else today. I'll just put you out of my mind again and walk away. Sometimes late at night, I walk down to the lake. Look up at the stars and I scream out your name. There's been times I've been troubled, broke down and cried, praying to the good Lord He put you back by my side. You were the one, darling, there ain't no doubt. You were the one, darling, there ain't no doubt. I know that now. Walking down memory lane, I stumble across your name.
This is Nick Taylor, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country.
Yeah, you pulled up, play with the sideways grin, truck bed shaking with your rowdy friends. I tripped on a log, nearly dropped my cup. You caught my hand and you pulled me up. Now the music's loud, but I only hear you laughing at my two-step, missing a shoe. You stole my hat, I stole your beer. We're laughing so loud the whole creek can hear. Mud on my boots, but your hands in mine. This tailgate crush got me feeling just fine. Somebody scored all the burgers and buns, but I swear this night's still the best kind of fun. I don't even care, cause you're leaning close, whispering something about who you love most. This party's wild, but it's plain to see all the fun out here just leads back to me. You stole my hat, I stole your beer. We're laughing so loud the whole creek can hear. Mud on my boots, but your hands in mine. This tailgate crush got me feeling just fine. Stars come out and the crowd dies down. It's just you and me with the crickets around. Forget the noise, boy, I've had enough. This tailgate night turned into love. You stole my hat, I stole your beer. We're laughing so loud the whole creek can hear. Mud on my boots, but your hands in mine. This tailgate crush got me feeling just fine. Yeah, this tailgate crush turned into a night where the sparks in a fire met the sparks in your eyes.
Her name is Allie Ray. That is A-L-Y, capital R-H-A-E, and that is all one word. Go check out Allie Ray all over social media. She is fantastic, and she is also going to be an upcoming special guest on this program. In fact, she's going to be on November the 13th. We had an open spot, and she's going to be on it, so that's coming up real soon. We'll pre-record this that interview next week, and we'll play it back on November the 13th. You guys don't want to miss that. That is one of her latest singles out to radio. It is called Tailgate Crush. What a great song on a New Music Friday night. I'm going to play one more song, and then we're going to have our second radio interview with a talented young lady, and I do mean young. She is 11-year-old Madeline Treasure. She is coming up after Nick Taylor and One Bar Stool on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
And all the whiskey out down doesn't chase them away. And all them images keep coming back to stay. All the things I wish I would have done or said swirl like heavy smoke inside my head. Should get up, go home while I can walk, but I'll be here till bartender's last call. Hell, this naughty proof ain't cutting it like it should. My burrows ain't replacing the red lip taste of you. And I'd do anything, turn back the clock if I could. Your memory still holds me all night through, while the band keeps singing our favorite lines. One bar stool at a time. Darling, I still smell your perfume from last New Year's Eve. Your head on my shoulder, my heart on my sleeve. Grab my head, said let's run with the wind. Escape these four walls when the dance lines grow dead. That slick dark street took a turn I can't erase. Worn out tires on my dad's 83 left no trace. Hell, this naughty proof ain't cutting it like it should. My burrows ain't replacing the red lip taste of you. And I'd do anything, turn back the clock if I could. Your memory still holds me all night through, while the band keeps singing our favorite lines. One bar stool at a time. Pocket full of heartbreak, two hands on the wheel. Keep singing your last glass, still can't believe it's real. Hell, this naughty proof ain't cutting it like it should. My burrows ain't replacing the red lip taste of you. And I'd do anything, turn back the clock if I could. Your memory still holds me all night through, while the band keeps singing our favorite lines. One bar stool at a time. One bar stool at a time.
Listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews in the program tonight. And these next three songs, you get to hear the story behind them with a talented young lady by the name of Madeline Treasure. How are you tonight, my friend?
I'm
great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for doing the program tonight. I have really been looking forward to talking to you. Been playing your music for a little while, and you've been coming into the shows, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for playing them.
Yeah, you're welcome. You are super talented, and I do mean young. You just celebrated your 11th birthday a couple of months ago.
I did.
Yeah, and it's August the 11th, and we're almost the same. Mine's October the 11th.
Yeah.
So that is cool. And talented young lady, like I said, and you just started in music not too long ago. I see you're signing your first EPK at 10 years old.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. Where did your love for music come from at such a young age?
Well, I've been singing and doing a lot of music stuff since like as far back as I remember. So I've always just grew up with music. So it's kind of where I got it. And my grandpa was a singer.
Is that right?
Then,
okay.
Yeah. And then my uncle, he's in a band.
Well, there you go. So it runs in the family.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And your mom is a great promoter of you. She's the one that told me about you to begin with. I don't know how you guys found me, so maybe you can tell me that, but I'm sure glad you did.
Yeah, my mom is amazing. I love her so much. She does so much for me.
Yep, she does.
And I think I found you on Facebook, and I think I reached out that way.
Yep, absolutely.
But now we've just kind of connected on TikTok and everything. So.
Yep. And we've been friends ever since you guys reached out, and I love your music. So once you get on this program, I want to hear an interview and the story behind these songs. If you give me 3 great songs to play, that's even better, because it's kind of hard to talk about one song for 30 minutes, but we're going to talk about 3 great songs from you tonight, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you're up from the northeast area of Maine, and so I don't know if you've gotten out to perform too many live shows, but maybe Mom or Madeline, you can tell me kind of what the country music scene is like up there.
Well, I don't really tour much in Maine. I typically go down to New Hampshire or Boston. But I do a lot of live shows. I haven't been doing too much lately because my mom's in college, but we do the best we can.
Yeah. I saw on your Facebook that you're covering Fleetwood Mac, a song called Dreams. You know, that was my first record that I bought. It was actually, I'll show you my age, it was an 8-track tape, Fleetwood Mac, Book of Dreams. Or, no, Rumors, I'm sorry. Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams, and Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. There you go.
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago. And isn't it interesting how music leaves a legacy that we're still talking about all these years? And you're just 10 years old, and you can probably go back and hear some of that music from the 90s that, we still talk about 35 years ago. Isn't that something?
35 years ago? Oh, my God.
For 90s country, that's what got me into country radio. And what's it like being 10 years old and being on country radio and being maybe in school? I don't know if you're homeschooled or not, but I'm sure you got friends that are pretty freaked out when you get played on the radio, huh?
Yeah, when I tell like my friends in school and my teachers, they freak out and they don't believe me, but then I have to show them my Spotify music. And it's so funny. They're just like, "Oh my God, you're a singer!" And it's an amazing feeling.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've got a buddy. His name is Doc, and he's on a Kickin' Country 101 station, and he's also got a band that I've been playing the heck out of called State Line Saints. They're fantastic, and he's got you on his playlist too. So that's pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah.
And, getting on terrestrial radio is pretty cool, but we're putting you out to 13 radio stations around the country and around the world tonight.
Oh, my God. Thank you. That's so amazing.
Ever since your mom hit me up, we've picked up a few more stations since we first got together and started talking and booking this interview. So we're going to definitely get you out there. Country music is universal, isn't it? They love it around the world. And I don't know if you're influenced by a young lady by the name of Taylor Swift, who had a pretty good run in country music. But that Eras tour that she just pulled off was pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah. I actually sang at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, where she played at one time. I think she got famous from playing there.
Isn't that something? Aren't the record labels that turned her down when she was 14 kicking theirself?
I think. I mean, I would be.
I think so. She got taken on by Scott Borchetta for Big Machine Records, and he didn't have any money when he got started in Big Machine Records. I've read that story and everything. He took a chance on her when nobody else would. And I think a lot of people are going to take a chance on you. I'm one of them, and that's why you're on this program tonight.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, how long you been singing? You're only 10, so tell us about how you kind of got started.
Well, again, I've been singing like as far back as I remembered, but
Yep.
my first live show was I think when I was 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just took off like after 2023 when my grandma died. I told myself I would do the best I can in my singing. And I did, and I've been doing like a lot of live shows now. As you know, I have my first album out, and I'm so happy. Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, did you go through the stage fright period or anything like that, or you just say, "Hey, I'm going for it. This don't scare me at all"?
My first show, I was really hesitant, and I really didn't want to do it, but I told myself that it would be a good idea and a lot of people would like it, so I decided to put myself up there, and I did it. And ever then I haven't been that scared, but there's still like some nerves, like, oh my god, what if I mess up? But I know I won't.
No, yeah, you got that right. And how about radio interviews? Aren't these fun? I do a bunch of them, and I love talking to people from all over the place, and never know who you're going to meet through the airwaves. But you're pretty good at this already, I can tell.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now,
yeah, this is my. Oh,
go ahead.
this is my third interview I've done, I think.
Your third. Okay, awesome. I get to do a lot of first ones, but I wouldn't turn down the third either. That's awesome. I'm glad to be a part of that. I'm looking at your Facebook page. You're doing a live performance on that Facebook cover. You got a guy over here playing keyboard wearing a Boston Bruins t-shirt and all of that. So it's pretty cool having adult people behind you, and you're the star in this thing, right?
Yeah. It feels really fun.
That is awesome. And Madeline Treasure, I love the name that you picked out for your stage name. I'm going to assume that is, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Treasure is actually my middle name.
Is it? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You know, I picked Tim Kelly in radio because when I did my first radio gig back in 1999, every DJ had a radio name, and they said, what do you want yours to be? And I'm like, what do you guys think of Tim Kelly? And they're like, we like that. So, you know, it just kind of stuck, and that's what I've been on the radio ever since.
Okay,
But,
that's cool.
So that give you a little background about me. But now, do you have any brothers and sisters? And if so, are any of them musically inclined?
I do, but none of them are. My brother, he works at like a science company thing. He's amazing at what he does, and my sister actually just had her first kid, and we're so happy for her. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're the youngest then, I take it.
I am.
Okay, awesome. And so you're an aunt already too at 10 years old. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I love that. And you know, you're somebody that they'll be able to look up to through the years and all of the things that you got going on and writing songs, and probably you'll be able to teach them playing instruments and all of that kind of cool stuff as they grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to leave a legacy for at least your family, but hopefully for the rest of the world with your music.
Oh, I hope so too.
Yep. Now, I did see something on your Facebook too. Says proudly presents Disney's Dare to Dream. Is that something that you're going to be singing in, or is that just a promo that you did, or what is that?
That is I think that's a trailer to the show I'm doing for my school in theater. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So let's talk about that while you brought that up, because a lot of young people like yourself take different courses in school to help them further their career in music. Are you already doing that, or do you aspire to do anything like that in the near future?
Yeah. Every year that I've been able to do chorus, I've done chorus. I'm in band, in theater, and I do as much as I can.
Okay. Now, are you a singer, or do you play instruments as well?
I do both. So I can play the ukulele, the keyboard, the acoustic guitar, and the electric.
Okay. So that's the song that I've played a few times, and you do play the ukulele. That is awesome.
Yeah. I also play the flute. I forgot to mention.
Okay. Well, there was a gentleman, and I'm showing my age. I don't even know if Mom will remember this, but back in the day, his name was Tiny Tim. My name's Tim as well. He used to be on the Johnny Carson show quite a bit. He played the ukulele, and he made famous a song called "Tiptoe Through the Tulips" on the ukulele.
Yeah. Oh my God, that song scares me.
That song scares you.
It scares me so much.
That's awesome. Well, my face scares a lot of people for radio too. So this Tim has that going on. Oh, that's funny. And yeah, he got married, I think, on the Tonight Show to a gal by the name of Miss Vicky. So that's way back in the day. But that was my first experience with ever knowing what the ukulele was as an instrument, was watching Tiny Tim play it. I never knew what it was. So where did your interest for music come, do you think? And wanted to be in country music. There's a lot of genres out there, and of course even the great Taylor Swift switched from country to pop. But why country music for Madeline Treasure?
Well, a few years ago, I was just experimenting when I found out I had a voice, and I thought that, like, me and my family thought that country music was a great suit for my voice, and I really liked it too, so that's what we decided to go with. But I do sing some pop and rock covers too.
Okay, awesome. So you're multi-talented. There you go. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
You bet. Now, have you started getting into songwriting, and have you wrote any of the songs that we're going to play tonight?
Yeah, I actually wrote all of those.
You wrote them all? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So at what point did you know you had that talent?
When I was like 7 to 9-ish.
I think when you were like 8, she started writing her first song called "Girls Can Like Blue" on the ukulele, and then we went down to Nashville for her to record that with her producer. It was her first song. And so she performed that song at the Bluebird Cafe at age 9.
Wow.
And then that's where Nashville Dream came from, right, Maddie? So the day after she performed that at the Bluebird Cafe, she wrote Nashville Dream with her producer in the studio, and then went back the next day and recorded it. It's her biggest hit so far.
That is awesome. I have not been to Nashville since 2018, but we've been a bunch of times. And I played this young gal, and she was about 13 when I met her, and she wrote a song called "Suburban White Trash," and she was from Florida, and she had never seen snow before. And when we went to Nashville and met her, it started snowing out in front of the Wild Horse Saloon, and she looked up in the sky and about freaked out right in front of us. She had never seen snow, and I thought that was so cool for a young lady. Her first experience with Nashville, but sounds like it might be a dream of yours to make it in Music City too, huh?
Yeah, I already have.
You already have. There you go.
Yeah.
Boy, that's confidence right there. I love it. So we're going to talk about Nashville Dream. We're going to play that song, and then we're going to come back and talk about Born with Wings and Weird, a couple of other great songs that you have. We've got Madeline Treasure with us tonight on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on this New Music Friday.
I'm from bed with my mama to chase a Nashville dream. Got music in my soul and a fire in my heart. All the lights are green. Don't you dare underestimate me. Not wasting time, yeah, I'm singing out loud with my ukulele playing for a bluebird crowd. Got no fear, can't stop me now, 'cause it's my destiny.
Her name is Madeline Treasure. She is exactly that in the world of country music, ladies and gentlemen. That is called Nashville Dream, and you knocked that one out of the park, young lady. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. We've been having a lot of fun talking off the air as much as we have been on, getting to know each other. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for 14 years, and I started before you were even born. And it's sure neat to watch a young person's career flourish and blossom. And as a young lady, you might take some time off later on, raise a family, do whatever. And then they come back to music sometimes and they're like, hey, I'm back. Here's my latest single. Would you play it? And I'm like, well, yeah, I know you. You're great. So we'll have that kind of relationship probably if I stick around long enough to doing this show. And I don't plan on going anywhere. So this is going to be a great relationship.
Good.
We were talking off the air, too, about your producer and where you go to Nashville to record, so let's give them big shout-outs.
Yeah. So my producer, his name is Ryan Smith, and he is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Ryan Smith, okay, so there's a new one that I haven't heard of. And you've got to perform at some of the iconic places, too, in Nashville. Tell us about them.
So my favorite place that I've played at was the JW Marriott, Cabana Club. Yeah, the Cabana Club.
Mm-hmm.
It was so amazing. I got a lot of new people. I met a lot of new people from there.
Yep.
And we performed. Yeah. And I performed on Legends Corner, the Bluebird Cafe, Chiefs on Broadway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. The last time I was in Nashville, Chiefs didn't exist on Broadway, and now they've got that. And there was losers, but now there's winners, too, since I've been to Nashville. I need to get back, that is for sure. But I hang around in Branson quite a bit, and that's where the show is based out of, and that's where I'm at tonight, in the live show capital of the world. We have more theater seats here in Branson than they have in Broadway in New York City. How about that?
Wow.
And this little town's only 10,000 population, but they got a bunch of theaters here and a bunch of places to play. So if you ever come to the middle of the country, I'd sure love to meet you and watch you perform at a live show too.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to ask you this now. We talked about maybe doing duets and things like that in the future with other people. What's your dream gig, an artist that you maybe would like to open for, or somebody you'd like to sing a duet with live on stage? Who might be some names we might know?
There's one music artist I know. Her name's Ryla Chance. I've played with her at the Commodore Grill before, and I think if I opened for her, that would be amazing. Also, Dolly Parton, Stevie Nicks, and yeah.
Ooh, that is awesome. There's a couple of icons in the world of music, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I was at the Wild Horse Saloon one night. This was back in 2018, and one of the artists that was nominated for some awards that night, she said, if I don't win anything tonight, win or lose, I'm going over across the street to the Bridgestone Arena, and Stevie Nicks is playing, and I got tickets. I was like, I want to go with her. So that'd be awesome. How about standing in that circle at the Grand Ole Opry? That wouldn't be bad either, would it?
Oh my God, that's like my dream.
Yeah, that would be cool. When we were there the last time we toured the Gaylord when they had the Grand Ole Opry stuff going on, and there's just so much history in that. And they recently celebrated 100 years of the Grand Ole Opry, and who would have ever thought it started out as a barn dance that would take off, and 100 years from now we're still talking about it, huh?
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
So be pretty cool if we're still talking about your music 20, 30 years from now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So have you got anything in the works that you got coming up that you can tell us about?
I have my new CDs and posters, which I absolutely love them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like t-shirts and sweaters coming. And I know those are going to be really cool.
Well, I look forward to that. Your mom was telling me that when we were listening to your first song play tonight, because you got some great merch, and I started wearing it on my TikTok lives and Facebook and YouTube all at the same time. So I'll help you promote that like crazy, and we'll lead folks to where they can get their hands on it when it's ready. I would love to do that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another new thing that I might be doing, I am recording a song in December, so that'll be something new to look forward to.
Okay. Awesome. Is it going to be a Christmas song or just a regular song that you're getting ready to put out?
It's just going to be a regular song. I haven't really decided what it's going to be about yet, but I have some ideas.
Okay, awesome. Well, if I don't talk to you then before the holidays, I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. That's just a few weeks away from when this airs, and then a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You're a star in the making, and it's been a pleasure to have you on tonight.
Thank you so much. You as well.
You're welcome. Tell us about the next two songs, though, real quick. They're called Born with Wings and a song just simply called Weird. Tell us about these.
So, the song Born with Wings tells the story about, like, when I was born, I had a lot of heart complications, and I almost didn't make it, which was heartbreaking for, like, my mother and my family, but I somehow made it out to be an amazing singer, and that's what the song's about. I want to motivate people to tell them that anything's impossible. Like, I did something that almost seems impossible.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm out here living my best life.
You sure are. We're glad you're here, young lady. And then Weird. I told you, I'm weird on the radio all the time. This is a perfect song for me, but what's it about?
Well, it's kind of just about, like, my life as, like, a preteen, in middle school, and, like, how I am weird in school. Like, I have a whole career. I'm, like, beyond my years in maturity. So some people think, like, I'm weird and don't want to be friends with me for that reason. And that's okay. I mean, nobody, like, not everyone has to like me. And yeah, and it's okay to be weird. Like, it's an amazing thing to be weird. And that's what makes people themselves. So I just wanted to tell people about that, because even, like, I struggle with that. So
yeah. Well, you're an amazing artist and an amazing person, and I'll tell you what, you realize that you have that talent and that God-given talent, and your mom obviously has realized it at an early point in your life of only being, a few years old, and so it's pretty cool to have her right there beside you in this interview and right there beside you in everything that you're doing every step of the way as your momager. And I hear that term a lot in the interviewing the young folks like you. So that is awesome. And that just brings you guys together even stronger, doesn't it?
yeah, she is so amazing. She does everything she can, and I am so grateful. I would not pick anyone else to be my mom ever.
Her name is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, thank you for letting Madeline do this tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
And you guys come back anytime. You want to talk about that song in December? We may not get you back on in December. I'm pretty booked up, but anytime you want to come back, I look forward to having you back on. I'd love to talk to you again. It's been fun.
Awesome. Yeah, of course.
You are welcome. Her name is Madeline Treasure, but where can folks find you on social media so they can check you out in the live show and get their hands on some of that merch when it drops?
You can go on, I think, Shopify or Etsy for my merch, and then, yeah, just Shopify. And then just search up MADILYNN, and then the word treasure on, like, Google, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, anything.
Well, I did that before I got on this interview with you. You're all over the place, that is for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, at 11 years old.
Mom runs her social media accounts, though.
Yes. Protect them young ones, and there's a lot of great music out there, and you make it, and you just happen to be 11 years old. You're a star already.
Thank you.
We'll be looking forward for more from Madeline Treasure, and I appreciate the time tonight. This is called Born with Wings, and we're going to play Weird to kick off the top of the next hour of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
This world I was fighting from the start. They said I might not make it, had some struggles with my heart. Ever since I've been rising above, defying gravity, soaring over mountains as they come, nothing can stop me. Look at me now, I'm spreading my wings and flying higher. They won't bring me down. I'll put up a fight 'cause I'm a fighter. Oh, nothing's gonna dim my shine. Gonna raise my voice, sing out my song. God knows I'm just as strong. Yeah. Look at me now. I'm spreading my wings and flying higher. They won't bring me down. I'll put up a fight 'cause I'm a fighter. Only the brave dare to believe. I can take on anything 'cause I was born with glory to glory, I'll chase the next horizon. This is my story, and I'm gonna keep on writing. Look at me now, I'm spreading my wings and flying higher. They won't bring me down. I'll put up a fight 'cause I'm a fighter. Only the brave dare to believe. I can take on anything 'cause I was born with wings. I was born with wings.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
There's a girl who hangs at the cemetery, trying to escape her reality, finding who she's meant to be. People walking right past her, looking at her like she's a dead flower. Dead flowers can be pretty too. That's something that I wish she knew. I wanna tell her it's beautiful to be weird, so you be you. Don't give in to the fear, 'cause after all the tears, you'll come out stronger over the years, and you'll see it's beautiful. Don't you forget, it's beautiful to be weird, so you'll be
Madeline Treasure, 11-year-old Madeline Treasure. She's not weird at all. She is fantastic. Thank you, Madeline, for doing a great job on the interview tonight. I appreciate it. And thank you, Elizabeth, her mom, for doing part of the interview as well. It was great to talk to you both. They're both hanging out with me live over on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. If you want to come in and say hello to Madeline Treasure, she is in there right now. And she's getting a lot of great comments. I'm looking at Facebook and YouTube and all of it. And she is a star in the making, that is for sure. And I appreciate the time tonight. Once again, if you're just now getting tuned in, that interview will go into the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can find that tab at the top of the homepage of my website, KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. And for the artist, if you would like to share that on your social media, it is downloadable as well. But you'll see that YouTube player. It is live as we speak. And then I'm also on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air and live on my Facebook account as well. I had the pleasure of interviewing this next artist. He's from Canada, and he's a good friend of mine, Jason Price. Jason Price Music is where you can find him. The song is called 24/6 on KI.
Being home alone, or so they tell me. A lady out for a little fun, locked eyes with me, and I didn't break. She gave a girl and boy to me. I had a rich man's family, and I'd give every piece, everything I own, to have her back with me. So before you ask me for a dance in the hopes of finding, like on Sundays we'd go for our walks after church to our favorite spot, and I still go there and pray. I feel her dancing around me. So before you ask me for a dance in the hopes of finding some romance, and we find ourselves just a few years down the road, there's a piece of her that lives in me. It's just the way it'll always be. So if you accept that just the way it is, I could love you 24/6. I know she's not here, but there's times I swear where I can feel her right beside me. So before you ask me for a dance in the hope, I could love you 24/6.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country. I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
You say the devil, he went down to Georgia, making bets on other people's souls. But I don't think he really hung around there, 'cause I see him everywhere I go. In Tennessee, they got the music contracts. New York, they put your name up in lights. California, it's a script and a promise, but they're all just the devil in disguise, saying, would you sell your soul for 10 minutes of fame? Would you give it all for the world to know your name? Well, I don't know about you, but that ain't why I do what I do. I ain't gonna cater to the masses, I ain't lips to sing my songs. All about loving and living, even if no one sings along. They say, would you sell your soul for 10 minutes of fame? Don't you want the whole world to know your name? Well, I don't know about you. That ain't why I do what I do. I ain't gonna cater to the masses. I ain't kissing no asses. Yeah, the devil can try, but he ain't getting to me. You're saying, would you sell your soul for 10 minutes of fame? Would you give it all for the world to know your name? Yeah, would you sell your soul for 10 minutes of fame? Don't you want the whole world to know your name? Well, I'd rather save my soul and sacrifice the fame. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll still know my name. Well, I don't know about you, but that ain't why I do what I do. I ain't gonna cater to the masses. I ain't kissing no asses. Yeah, the devil can try, but I ain't gonna cater to the masses. I ain't kissing no asses. Yeah, the devil can try, but he ain't getting to me, no.
New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
You're always there for me every time I need to run and hide, or sometimes get away from this crazy life. Your love surrounds me every time I need you the most. Through my darkest hours, finest days, cheers and toast. You follow me around when I hold you so near. You come to save me every time you sense fear. Move me, calm me, don't let that feeling go. I've been feeling lately, you've been acting a little cold. If I go with you, will you set me free? Please understand my melody. Please understand my melody. People say that catching you, keeping you, just a dream. Now you're not chasing me, I'm chasing you, so it seems. You wake me in the night, whisper sweet, nothing's in my ear. I'm out of bed and words of wisdom disappear. Move me, calm me, don't let that feeling go. I've been feeling lately, you've been acting a little cold. If I go with you, will you set me free? Please understand my melody. Understand my melody.
This is Kyle Garrett, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's Best.
so far and finally get away from this little town I thought was holding me down. Then 18, I couldn't wait to be 21. I always thought about all the fun I'd finally have, but things don't always work out like you planned. I've learned that my daddy always told me not to wish my years away. I wish I had understood all the things he'd say. And now I'm homesick for the time I can't get back, and I'm missing the life that I once had. If you could take me back, I'd learn to trust, not worry too much, 'cause time is the greatest gift of all. It's been a while since I've been back home. Things have changed, and I can't help but smile. Thinking back, I'd pull up, my old dog come running up. Now he's buried back behind the pond at the farm I grew up on. And now I'm homesick for the time I can't get back, and I'm missing the life that I was waiting. Now she's been gone a couple years, but I still talk to her like she's still here. But she was still here. Now I'm homesick for the time I can't get back, and I'm missing the life that I once had. If you could take me back, I learned to hug all the people that I love a little harder. I stay a little bit longer.
She is my good friend Presley Puig. It is P-U-I-G on her last name, and that is called Homesick. She just left Ozark, up there around Lake Ozark, Missouri, and moved to Nashville not just a month or two ago, and this last Sunday, she is a Josie Music Award winner. Congratulations to my good friend Presley Puig. That song is called Homesick, and that's probably going to have a lot of meaning now that she moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and she'll probably come back from Missouri from time to time to visit friends and family. Congratulations, Presley, on your award. Josie Music Awards were held this last Sunday, and I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of that in my Facebook feed. A lot of great music was played there, and a lot of great performances and a lot of great awards. So congratulations, Presley Puig. This next gentleman is from Canada. He's our good friend Terrence Hart, H-A-R-T. Terrence Hart Music is where you can find him on social media. His latest single out to radio is called Damn About Time. About Time I Played It on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Wasting time for another man's dream. Stacking up years, ain't got nothing to show. Punching that clock till I just want to scream. My heart's on fire, ain't got nowhere to go. Got to pack my bags and leave this town. Gotta hit the road before lights go down. Damn about time I play this song. Have some fun before I get gone. Damn about time I make it mine. Put my name on the neon sign. Damn about time I play this song. Turn it up high and sing it strong. It's damn about time. They always say you have to start down here.
just keep your head down and do as you're told. I can see the sign when the smoke is cleared, a whisper of truth in a world gone cold. Got to pack my bags and leave this town, gotta hit the road before lights go down. Damn, about time I play this song, have some fun before I get gone. Damn, about time I make it mine, put my name on the neon sign. Damn, about time I play this song, turn it up high and sing it strong. It's damn about time. Tips in the jar, still hoping one day they'll carry me far. And every chord is breaking the chain, living the life I've been chasing in vain. Damn, about time I play this song, have some fun before I get gone. Damn, about time I make it mine, put my name on the neon sign. Damn, about time I play this song, turn it up high, sing it strong. It's damn about time. Damn, about time I play this song, have some fun before I get gone. Damn, about time I make it mine, put my name on the neon sign. Damn, about time I play this song, turn it up high and sing it strong. It's damn about.
A cowboy, wild and free. Met a little girl as sweet as can be. She was a nice girl, but she didn't stay neat and wouldn't put it past a snake to double barrel shotgun and some cold whiskey. Lit that flame. Daddy's little girl done took the blame. She showed him up, but she killer is me. Killer is me.